Today on the channel, we're going to be making a power hammer butcher. Today we're going to start out with a 7/8 inch section of 1141, and we're going to draw down about 8 inches of this material to create the handle that we're going to have in the final end product. As in previous projects, we're going to work on the end, get it pretty much where we want it, and then move our heat further up towards the parent stock and work towards the parent stock to draw down the material. Here I'm starting the cut to relieve the piece from the parent stock. We're going to use a technique known as cutting to center. So we're bringing that bar, rotating it towards us so we can see the cut line coming back up on the horizon of the bar, and we're going to slowly separate the bar from the outside towards the center, leaving just a small nib at the end that needs to be dressed back. Returning to the power hammer, we're just going to flatten out this nib at the end to be the size and shape that I want to start with. Just use a floater there to separate the material from the handle, and again we're just going to draw this out into a rectangular form. Returning to the hammer, we're going to use the sharp edge on the back of the die there to start separating the material from the struck end to the working end. We're creating an angled surface here. I don't know that the angle that we're actually working with is really that important. I think what's more important is that we have a distinguishable difference between the two. When we use this in practice, the hammer will define that angle and push in where we want to butcher in. Using this raked tool on the bottom of the hammer, we don't want to bring this to a very sharp point, but we do want to start refining that shape. Moving on to the vise, we're going to upset the top of this a little bit just to give us a little more material for the struck end, and just driving some material back so that we get a good shape. So we'll drive this back a few times, again just trying to upset it a little bit and get material where we want it to be. Now that we've completed the upsetting, we're going to go back to our wedge here on the power hammer, and again just redefine that shape we're looking for, that triangular shape on the end. Here to the anvil, just using a light hammer to get out some of the marks, and then we'll go back and start working on the handle material. We preformed this handle earlier when we were separating the material, and now we're going to go ahead and bring it to about a 3/8 inch round section. You're going to see here that we're going to start rolling this material, but we're not actually rolling it. I am moving the material about 45 degrees per hit. So every time the hammer comes down, I rotate the material about 45 degrees, create an octagonal shape. Once I'm happy with the octagonal shape, I will actually move it into a more rounding, where you're rotating the material slightly less, and you're pushing the material forward to create a more rounded facet on the handle. Here at the end, I want to bring the end of the handle down just a little bit further than the main body of it. This will be used for the hook that we create on the end of the handle. So you can see here, we're just going to go ahead and roll this in since it's already in a round form, and we're not looking to reduce it, a lot, maybe only by about a third. And then moving to the anvil, we're going to put the shape of this round ring at the end. Closing up the ring, it's just be patient. Make sure you get it round as you want it to be, and understand that as you hit it, you might open it back up. So here, when I'm finally happy with the shape of the outside, I'm going to drive that nub right down, and then drive it into the handle so it's secure. And that's really it. Define the shape. It doesn't matter. The angle, isn't as important, but it will reflect in the shape of your butcher. The other thing about this tool is you can flip it up on end and use it as a hot cut. So it creates a couple different tools just in one forging. And now with the glamour shots, the finish tool ended up about 15.5 inches long. The edge was about 2 inches. You can see here in the photos that I'm showing you now the cross section. Keep in mind that short 90-degree section at the end, that's what's actually creating your straight butcher, and then the angled section is pushing the material away from where you butcher in that direction. You can see here that the cross section doesn't come to a sharp point. It comes to somewhat of a blunt edge, and that's perfect for both the butchering and for hot cutting. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you like this content. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.